back to another episode of Talk That Talk with Carbie. For those who just tuned in, I upload every Sunday morning a new episode. Today is Sunday, January 2nd, 2022. I hope everybody had a great New Year's Eve. I wish everybody a happy New Year's, and I hope all your wishes will come true. I hope everything for you will work out the way you want it. I hope you're gonna succeed this year, get a lot of money, be happy, find your love, get the better job, get the new car, get the house, get whatever wishes and whatever you want to get or become, or, I hope everything that you wished will come true. And yeah, let's start. For today's episode, I went ahead and did a poll on Instagram because I wasn't sure. I had a couple of ideas and I wanted to hear what you guys want to hear about. And it was a really, really, really hard race and for a couple of my subjects or my topics. And the winning one is the frenemies. It's always the ones we keep close. I want to say a big, big thank you. I did not think that so many people will respond to that and actually engage and give me their opinion. So I want to say big, big thank you. And I want to continue doing this with the polls. So I will, once a month, I will give you 5 subjects or 5 topics, and I will let you choose which one you would like for me to talk about. Of course, I will go from the most wanted to the second most wanted and so on. So today's topic, like I already said, was frenemies. Is always the one we keep close. What do we understand under the term frenemies? So we do have our friends, right? The ones who love and support us and will go miles for us and will do anything for us. So we have those people. Then we have the enemies, the ones who hate us with a passion. They don't fuck with us. They have beef with us. They, for whatever reason, they don't like us. And then we have the frenemies. And in my opinion, those are the worst from from everything. Because I personally rather make up with an enemy and give them a chance than actually reconnect with a frenemy. And I'm a person that I'm really forgiving and I'm really trying to give people chances, but this is the moment I figure out that you're a frenemy, then I'm good. So the frenemy is basically a person who's your friend, who claims to love you and support you, but they never actually do that. They go behind your back, they talk about you, they be petty towards you. They always want something good happen to you and you be like, oh my God, I'm so happy about this. And they trying to downplay it or try to dirt talk it or be like, yeah, whatsoever. You meet a new guy and then this person goes behind your back or your friend goes behind your back and talk about you or whatsoever. Or let's say your friend, your so-called friend, goes out their way to talk bad about you to other people who don't fuck with you or anything like that. This is an actual issue. And I have a song for you guys if you would like to listen to a song. It's by Fabulous. It's called actually Frenemies, and I probably will use some of his terms in today's episode because this is something this is a subject that actually hurts me personally because I have been through it. I've had a lot of frenemies, and every time I figure out a person is like that, I'm completely I'm shocked. I'm really shocked, and I'm thinking how could I not see that? Basically, you shouldn't be afraid of having friends just because of a upcoming frenemy, because everybody could be your frenemy. You never know people's intentions. You never know if they just jealous, if they think that you're gonna take away something from them. Sometimes I've witnessed a situation where this one girl out here, she's like, well known, well connected and everything, was being the life of the party, always had a good time knowing everybody. So this other girl started hanging out with her and was like, oh yeah, you shouldn't hang with this and that person. Those are like, bad influence, yada, yada, yada. And then she got her remove herself from the others. And then the girl who was talking basically trash went ahead and started hanging out with them. So she tried to push her out of, the territory and make herself become like, the new it girl. Like those are some type of frenemies too. Like a lot of the times we don't even see that. Like, a lot of our friends being party friends most of the time. Like how many people that you claim to be your friends right now you could like actually rely on, like actually be like, yeah, this person, like, but I want you, before you answer that to yourself, to just sit down and think about it, like really, like not like yeah that's my homie. Like seriously, if it was like a life death situation, how many of those people would actually run to help you, and how many of those people would like just be like, yeah, I barely know them, like you have to figure out like which one are your real friends in first place. But I mean, this ain't a real big deal. Like this is not a hard task to do, but sometimes some of your enemies dress themselves in a dress of a friend. And this is the thing, like, what happens when the one who knows all the secrets gets to telling? Like, what happens if that person who knows your personal life, your whatsoever, starts talking about you? Like, and this is not even to do with snitching or anything. It's just the fact that, a lot of times we don't even see who, like, so we are so involved, or we are so happy to be around someone because they make us feel good, that we don't even see what comes with them, or we just ignore it. We ignore the red flags, right? So you have, like, for me personal, I always be very, very, very careful. Like, although you see me talking a lot and speaking about this and the third, I'm really, really collective with what I tell people about myself, like about my person, like my actual, like, being. The type of things that people know about me are things that are not things that gonna affect me or make me sad, or those are things that they don't matter to me. So I never give the power to someone to have the control over me, as in meaning, like, I hate when people ask you type of questions like, what is your biggest flaw? What makes you actually think that I will tell you what my biggest flaw is? I don't know, like, do really people ask that? Like, what would I go on my way and tell you what my biggest flaw is? I'm sorry. What my biggest flaw is. Like, what would I tell you that? And then also with my secrets and everything, like, of course, I have my best friend. I talk with her about everything, like, literally about everything. She know everything, like, when do I get up from bed, when I brush my teeth, when I comb my hair, when I take my showers, everything, like. But there are things that I don't even speak with her, because this is not like I don't trust her. It's just things that are just too personal for me, and I don't want to share them, or I want to share them maybe later on, But you always have to be careful who you give information about you in your life. No, I'm not telling you right now to just keep everything to yourself and not speak to anyone. You just have to know who to speak to. You should just know who is that person that should receive the information that you have to, like, give out there. Because sometimes people don't just listen to you because they care about you and, they want to help you out and figure out what's going on. They just listen to you to hear about your misery. And then probably you run to someone else and be like, ha, look at this person. They go through this, that, and the third. And then they don't really care to listen to you, to be like, yeah, like, if you listen to me and you don't come with a solution, just don't listen to, like, don't ask me about myself. This is why, like, I'm telling you, like, you have to literally take care of what informations you put out there to other people. And then this is the thing, like, because when you start hanging out with a person, when you're revealing too much of yourself, when you get invested into a friendship, into a person, like we're people, we're humans, we function by habit, right? When you have a person that you always see, when you have a person you always talk to, when you hanging out with a person all the time, you start connecting with that. You start feeling like, oh yeah, this is my person and whatsoever. But you never know what their intentions are. You never know. And this has nothing to do with how long you know somebody. You can know you might know someone like for years and years, but their intentions aren't pure, So what does it make? Like, it's however strong this friendship is. You might have met just someone just like 2 days ago, and they're better friends than the ones that you knew for years and years. So you have to always wait out and always look who is watching you and what type of watching is that. Is that the type of they watching out for you, or is it the type of they looking to figure out what's next? And then, because, like, seriously, when your shooter aiming at you, you're like an easy target. When your shooter means like the person that's supposed to be with you, is aiming at you with a gun, because your shooter is supposed to shoot other people, right? But your shooter is like aiming at you, you're in the same car with him. You're an easy target for them. Like, there is no escape. I mean, you could jump out the car, but it's already too late. That's what I'm saying. You always have to watch out who you talk to, what you're talking about. And then, like, for man and for female, like, just a lot of people, I see it a lot of times, do a really big mistake. They think just because they work with someone, that person is like their friend, whatsoever. Don't forget that always your coworkers are your coworkers. No matter what position they're supposed to play in your life, whatever they're supposed to be, those motherfuckers out of your working environment, they are not really, like, if they change their job, or, one day y'all don't work together no more, they never gonna hit you up. This is just a functional relationship or whatsoever. So this is not something that is like, I mean, I'm not gonna be absolute about it. I'm not gonna act like all of them are like that, but most likely it's like that. So before you invest your feelings and your emotions into a work friendship or whatsoever, which you can, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you right now what to do. I'm just speaking my mind, and I'm just saying my thoughts or whatsoever. Before you invest yourself into something like that, make sure that that person that works with you is also in the same mindset, and not in the, oh yeah, we just work together, we see each other every day, so we kind of forced to be friends or be cool with each other. But yeah, back to the subject, frenemies. It's always the ones who keep close. Also, you have to understand that the ones you keep close, right, the ones who are always around you, they can develop jealousy easier than someone from the outside. And I'm going to tell you why, because they always see you, right? They see your success. They see the work that you put in. They see what you're doing, what they might cannot do, or I don't know, maybe don't know how to, So they develop automatically a jealousy or an envy towards you, and you don't even know, like, so they start to try to manipulate whatever you do, whoever you're trying to hang out with. I personally believe that if you trash mouth someone else, someone that's supposed to be your friend or whatsoever, for no reason. I mean, there is no reason to talk bad about another person in the first place. But if you do that to a friend, this is like worse than like being a rat or whatsoever. Because at the end of the day, this is some disloyal shit. Like, and I don't think there is something that could erase disloyalty, because at this point, no matter whatever you do, like, no matter what you do, like, you might change your ways, you might become a better person, you might woke up in the morning and realize what you did was wrong or whatsoever. You disloyal, like, this shit, like, I will forgive a person for their action, but I'll never forget what they did to me. So I will act accordingly, and depends on how bad it was. This is where I'm going to decide if I'm going to fuck with them or not. Because like I said, I'd rather make up with a friend of mine. I'd rather make up with an enemy of mine and make him my friend than have a friend of mine who I were sincerely thinking that they loved me, not love like the sexual love, but, loved me dearly and was my friend, find out that they was disloyal to me. And this shit happened a couple times to me. Personally, it happened a couple times with people that I am or was very, very close. And this is so disappointing, especially when you find out they lying to you, and then you just speaking to, like, you'd be like, hey, I'm willing to give you a chance or whatsoever. Did you lie to me? And then they continue lying about it. Like, this is like the most disappointing moment for me, because then I realized that you really don't value me as a person. So then I have to make my decisions and wait out if I want to be around you, if being around you is benefiting me in any type of way, or if being around you that makes me down and makes me like, feel like I'm less. So in that case, I will have to remove you from my circle or whatsoever. I mean, I don't have a circle anyways. If my circle is a straight line. I have a couple people that I talk to and I'm comfortable talking to, but usually, like, I have only like one friend, which is my best friend, and then I have my little sis and my cousin or whatsoever. But this is like literally the people that I actually feel comfortable being around. Other than that, I cannot trust nobody, because I have been in way too many situations, where I had to realize that the persons that were around me for like different benefits. Now, this is another thing, like how, like, being around a person that you don't like for a certain benefit is a whole different type of disrespectful. Like, what? So you want what comes with me, but you don't want me. Like, I'm pretty sure you can find it with someone that you actually like too. Like, why would you have to try to use me, to get your way? I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand why people would think like that, and why people would like even consider doing something like that. Yeah. But this is the thing, like, the real question is, how do you really deal and detect those friends or frenemies? This is really hard to tell, for real. Like, but you have to keep an eye, seriously. Like, this sounds really draining and sounds really suspicious and everything, but the ones who you keep very close, those are most likely the ones who are going to end up hating on you for whatever reason. So you always have to keep an eye on them and always keep your guard up to a certain point where even if things hit the fan, you ain't going to have any problems with it. If, like, always be selective with what you tell who. And because one thing I had to learn the hard way is, if one rumor or one lie is out about you, there is no way you can do anything. Like, you can do something about it, fix it. As soon as one person puts out there one lie about you, if for whatever reason everybody else believes it. You can do anything you want. You can do a handstand. You can, like, go out there, start stabbing people and everything. And the lie that's been told about you, it don't even have to make sense. It might not even make sense, like, at all. But as long as out there, somebody gonna believe it. And trust me, the problem is then, there's not only that they gonna believe it, they invent more shit to it. So you end up, like, sounding like you're the craziest person out there doing the most. Meanwhile, you never do shit. You're just at home, So you always have to be careful who you keep around and how they treat you. Also, like, This is a big thing. Like, yeah, you have to keep an eye on how they treat you and what they do and how they speak to you and how they speak about your goals and your achievements and everything, and see how they criticize you. Now that you have your friend, like I'm a type of friend, I like tough love. Like, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say something positive but in a negative way. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you fucking retard, you made it, or something like that. I don't know, and then give you a hug and a kiss, and then be like, yeah, I'm so proud of you, yada, yada, yada. Now, that's a different type of thing, but there's also people out there who, no matter what you do, is always wrong. Like, why would you do that? Why would you go there? Why would you use this? Why would you talk to that person, who's always seeing a negative in whatever you're doing and always criticizing it? And I have a problem with that anyways. Like, I don't like to get criticized, because whatever I do, I'm thinking about it. And, like, I mean, if you're a good friend, you should tell your friends, like, hey, what you're doing right now is messed up. But if you see they're being happy with their decision, if what they're doing is like really messed up, then you should bring them to their attention, but you still should be supportive no matter what it is, But then if you see someone always like you do something good or whatsoever, they criticizing it, and they trying to tear you down and trying to like trash talk it and be like, yeah, whatever, it's not even that important. Your achievement wasn't all that, might not be all that to them, but it's all that to you. So I don't see a reason why your friend cannot be supportive about you being happy about something that you achieved. So this is also another type of frenemy. There is different type of frenemies. You always, like, some people be jealous of your relationship. Some people be jealous of your work. You can have them at work too, This is always this one hating ass motherfucker you cool with, but whenever you get a promotion or anything, they always like, you see it. You can tell it in their vibe and in their eyes that they hating on some point. So you always have to keep an eye on them and be careful. But yeah, so this was today's episode. It was a little bit longer than the previous one. I want to thank everybody who came today here to listen to me. I hope you liked my episode. Please share it for me and download it, maybe listen to it later on. So anyhow, thank you very much. Again, a happy new year, and I hope all your wishes gonna come true, man. Yeah.